Hi, this is Daniela Wolf with Bestie Life, the podcast, and this is your community to support you through the little and not so little events that make up your day-to-day life. From the I've got this moments to the I just can't moments. We are here to empower all women to find and develop the skills they need to find peace, balance, and the bliss in their busy. Through solo episodes as well as interviews with amazing women who share their journey and their story and how it works for you. I hope you find the inspirations to make you laugh, think, as well as maybe rethink what you thought you knew, and connect as we realize that we are all living similar ups and downs and don't have to do it alone. So excited for you to hear this episode, and thanks so much for joining me today. Hi, this is Daniela with Bestie Life, the podcast, and today I am super excited to take you on a behind the scenes from my book, Balancebreakthrough, a practical guide for busy professionals to take charge of their work, life, and well-being. So if you're struggling with burnout, feeling like you're just constantly exhausted, overwhelmed, juggling a million responsibilities, and feel like there's just never enough time in your day, then this is the episode and the book for you. Because trust me, I get it. I know how hard it can be to find balance, especially when work, family, and taking care of yourself, your own self-care, are all pulling you in so many different directions. And that's why today I really wanted to take you behind the scenes of one of the truly powerful strategies from the book, which is mastering your mindset. Truly one of the most powerful strategies in the book, which is mastering your mindset around your time. And so what is kind of your time mastery mindset? It's about flipping the way we view our time. So many times I think we think of time as something we don't have enough of, right? It's always slipping away. We can feel powerless to where it goes, not even being able to keep track of it all. But in Balancebreakthrough, I really explain how shifting your mindset and shifting the way you think about your time can really help you reclaim more of that time and your energy. So let's break down the shift. Now, I don't know if you've heard these phrases before or said them yourself, but I know I used to say things like, there's never enough time, or I'm so behind. Does that sound familiar? And so that scarcity mindset can really keep us stuck in overwhelm because we are surrendering our power when it comes to our time to something else or something we don't have control over. But if we flip that thinking and said, I'm in control of how I spend my time, I'm in charge of that, or there's enough time for what's important, we can then start to craft the way our time looks, craft our day in a way that is around that abundance, that comes from that place of having enough, having kind of a say and impact in what it's going to look like rather than that scarcity place. And so the next part is then, again, my favorite B word, boundaries, setting realistic boundaries. Because when you start to treat your time like the precious resource that it is, you naturally will start setting clearer boundaries. And it won't feel bad because they're in alignment with how you want to live your day, how you want to live your life. So for instance, in my own life, I've learned to say no more often to non-essential tasks and yes to things that really light me up or that I'm truly passionate and invested in. And so imagine how empowered you feel when your schedule actually reflects your true priorities instead of everybody else's. And so those boundaries start to feel beneficial. They start to feel like the bonuses in your day. And then the last part is really then, as I kind of briefly mentioned, is having those priorities reflected in your day, intentionally prioritizing with purpose throughout your day. And part of this shift is going to involve asking yourself, what matters most right now? And so this is going to be different all the time. Is it family time? Is it a project at work? Maybe it's some time just for yourself. And so in the book, you're going to get a digital workbook as well that can give you a framework for prioritizing and aligning your daily activities with those long-term goals that you have so that you're always going in the right direction without getting caught up in all the chaos and hustle that can take us off track and veer us from our goals. So let me give you an example of what this looks like. One of my clients, she was feeling completely overwhelmed with work and family commitments, as I'm sure many of you are. And she felt like she was constantly kind of dropping the ball, missing important deadlines, missing appointments, or late and always kind of a couple steps behind. But after working through this mindset shift when it came to her time, she started small. And the first thing she did was set some boundaries around her work emails and setting a time frame of, say, like 6 p.m. And just that one shift of not responding to work emails after 6 p.m. helped her protect her evenings for her family time so that she felt more energized at work the next day. She felt less resentful of being pulled away from her family activities in the evening. And so it wasn't about finding necessarily more time. It was about reclaiming the time she already had in the evenings when she was home and staying solo focused on that activity at home rather than trying to check in, multitask, and be spread too thin by not having those boundaries. And so sometimes it's just one small little shift that you can put into place, and you can absolutely do the same. Now, I know making a shift around your mindset can sound great, but a lot of times it's all right. So now what can you actually do to start mastering your time? And so I want to give you just a quick exercise that you can try out today to start to implement this for yourself. And so first I want you to do a time audit, okay? Take 10, 15 minutes, just grab a blank sheet of paper from a notebook, from your printer, or even use the notes app on your phone and write down what you did yesterday. Sometimes you can even just look at your calendar if you're using that already and see what did you actually do. How long did each task take, okay? And include everything, whether it's taking a shower, brushing your teeth, loading the dishwasher, all sorts of activities. Every activity that you did yesterday, please put that on your list. And then circle the activities that drained your energy and then underline the ones that gave you energy and start to see where some of the patterns are, okay? Is it kind of household chores that maybe you feel more draining? Is it work or things that follow your passion that are lighting you up? And start to make adjustments so that you can maybe find ways to delegate some of those more draining tasks. I know we can't cut them all out necessarily, but see where can we start pivoting who's doing them, how they fit into your day, maybe sharing them with somebody else, and then making more time for the things that fuel you up. And I get that not always everything that is a draining task is going to be able to be taken off your list, but to at least be able to see the patterns. Are you heavily stacked with too many activities that drain you and not enough that light you up? Things like that, so that you at least feel like, again, you have more of that kind of balance in your day. You have more flow between draining and energizing activities instead of constantly staying in a place of tasks that don't fill you up, because we need that recharge in a consistent way throughout our day. And maybe we need to then, even if we can't take some of those tasks away, we need to create the space to add some more energizing ones throughout our day. And that's part of that self-care strategy that I teach, where you're infusing moments of self-care throughout your day, those micro moments that you are infusing throughout your day. And so hopefully, you can start to look at your time, look at your tasks. This wasn't meant to shame you in any way for how you're spending your time, but just getting clarity so that you can make some more intentional decisions. Because once you get clear on where your time is going, you're going to be able to take charge and create a schedule that's going to work for you rather than against you. So I hope this quick dive into mastering your mindset around your time has inspired you to take charge of your time and your energy. And if this resonated with you, then you are going to love Balance Breakthrough. It's packed with practical strategies, real world examples, and so many more exercises like this audit to help you go from exhausted to empowered. So the book officially launched. It is live on Amazon, on my website, and I'm so excited just to share it with all of you so that you can start making a difference in your day, making a difference in not only your life, but that of everybody or who's around you. So make sure that not only you grab your copy, but you grab your digital workbook that comes free with it, as well as thank you always for tuning in, Please let me know how that activity worked for you if you have any questions. And remember, take those breaks for yourself. You deserve it. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Thanks so much again for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Please let me know any questions or comments that you have. Also, if you can please leave an Apple 5-star review so that this episode can be shared with more women. There's 2 quotes that I love. Alone we may be strong, but together we are stronger. As well as when women support each other, incredible things happen. So let's be stronger and incredible together, as well as maybe just have some fun along the way. Thanks so much and talk to you soon. Bye.